Okay, here it is. I'm recording it for you guys. Okay. So we're going to be talking about healing from trauma, anxiety, and depression. Okay. So I've been noticing that a lot of the people that I've been working with, whether they're experiencing blockages or not, whether they're getting started in this manifestation stuff and just becoming aware of their powers now or not. A lot of people are experiencing trauma. A lot of people are experiencing anxiety and depression. Okay, so that's telling me that people need to hear some resolution. People need answers. They need to know that they are not stuck in these situations, right? So I am here to basically empower you guys and let you guys know that there are ways around these I'll just call them situations and moments of time where we can really use these moments to catapult ourselves into the greatness that we are destined for. We do not have to remain in these moments of time. Okay, so these again are moments. Everybody experiences ebbs and flows in their lives. Okay, so we just need to make sure that we are not allowing these moments to dictate our future. Okay, so we're going to be talking about healing from trauma. Let's go on down. Okay, so right here, again, always I introduce myself. Here I'm listing some honest reviews from clients. If you worked with me before and you have not left me a review on my website, please leave me a review. I fixed my website so you can now go right on there under the service that I have worked with you in, and please leave me a review. That would help me so much, okay? But these are real life reviews from people who have utilized my services. I'm passionate about this stuff. I'm confident in this area of my life, which is helping other people level up, helping other people get around their blockages in their lives. And so
Nikki,
since I'm passionate, yes.
Real quick, I don't know if anybody else is unable to see. All I see is tabs.
Yeah,
I don't see.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what do you guys see?
Just tabs.
We just see tabs. We don't even really see what's on the tab.
Are you presenting?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. So you don't see this PDF. You just see something that says trauma and forgiveness.
We
We
don't even
just see browser tabs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. Okay.
Love the way you look like a big day with the warehouse.
That's odd. Okay, so let's see. Can you guys see? Hold on. It says your screen sharing says you are screen
There
sharing.
you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh gosh. Okay, y'all.
Thank
Lord.
you.
No, thank you for stopping me. Okay.
You're right.
Goodness gracious. Okay, let's take it back. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so we're going to be talking about trauma. You guys heard me, you just couldn't see. Here I'm showing you guys honest reviews from actual clients who have worked with me before, okay? I always ask for honest reviews just so people can understand that, you know, this stuff is feasible. You can work through this stuff. Now, can you guys see me moving this block around? Can y'all see that? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Let me minimize that. There we go. All right. So what is trauma? Okay, let's talk about trauma. Trauma can be defined as an emotional or psychological response to an event or experience that is deeply distressing or disturbing, right? Trauma can be caused by a wide range of events, including physical or sexual assault, natural disasters, serious accidents, or the evidence or the experience of war or other forms of violence. Okay, traumatic events can have a profound impact on an individual's emotional or physical well-being and can lead to a range of symptoms, including anxiety, depression, flashbacks, nightmares, and avoidance behaviors. Okay, the effects of trauma can be long-lasting and may require professional support and treatment to overcome. Okay, so remember, I talk about the way that we create these programs in our lives is through repetitive situations in our lives, traumatic experiences in our lives, or super exciting experiences in our lives, right? So when we have trauma that happens to us at whatever age, if it is profound enough, it will leave an emotional impact instantly, okay? Or sometimes it is gradual, and we'll talk about that, but it is gradual and it won't be so impactful instantly, okay? There are various types of trauma that an individual can experience. Here are some examples of those traumas. Acute trauma. This type of trauma is caused by a single event or incident that is unexpected or overwhelming. This is that trauma that I'm talking about, that trauma that can instantly leave an impact, okay? The chronic trauma, this is the type of trauma that is ongoing, repetitive, okay? Experiences that are difficult to escape, such as domestic violence or childhood abuse, okay? Complex trauma. This type of trauma involves multiple chronic or often interpersonal traumas, such as long-term childhood abuse or neglect. I know people didn't even know that there were this many different types of trauma, to be honest. I mean, before I started looking into it, I really just knew of like the gradual, which is chronic trauma, or the acute trauma. Okay, but they're all different types of trauma. So when we think about things that are going on in our lives and things that we've experienced, we need to consider these things, okay? So sometimes you don't even know it's trauma or traumatic. Developmental trauma. This type of trauma occurs during critical periods of development, such as childhood or adolescence, and can have a lasting impact on cognitive, emotional, or social functioning. Okay. I know that Cash, my little one, he definitely dealt with this. When he was 1 year old, we had to take him to the children's hospital. He was there for 10 days and he came out a completely different child. He was different. That experience being up in there, being shot and poked 3 times a day, being kept up for hours at end. I mean, 24/7. He's connected to the machine. He couldn't we couldn't even take him out of the room, out of his room. Having this experience, having all these people being up in his face, strangers that he didn't even know, that left a huge impact on my baby. So that was something that I did not know that I would deal with until after I brought him home and realized that he was different and he couldn't communicate it because he was 1 year old. Okay. Vicarious trauma. This type of trauma occurs when an individual is repeatedly exposed to the traumatic experiences of others, such as healthcare workers or first responders. This is something that you must, if you are in a position, especially like even my case, where I have one-on-ones weekly. Okay, when I started doing my one-on-ones weekly, baby, I had to cut it to designated days. I mean, designated days. Okay, these are the days that I'm going to do this because I am highly sensitive to my people's issues. So what I know that they go through and they confide in me in and they need help working through, that stuff is really, it really hits home with me. It really, it touches my heart. My heart goes out to them. So it can really affect you. You have to be mindful of things like that. So I've limited myself to, okay, I'm only going to do these in the middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays. This is definitely not something I would be able to do on an everyday basis. Okay. Collective trauma. This type of trauma occurs when a group of people experience a shared traumatic event, such as a natural disaster, terrorist attack, or war, okay, like 9/11, okay? A lot of people were going through stuff, these, you could feel it across the world where everyone was affected by it. What about COVID? You guys know that people are still recovering from things like COVID. I mean, I hear all the time my people telling me, I mean, things have not been the same since COVID. Things have not been the same, or this started happening when about 2-3 years ago, all of this around COVID time. Okay. So these are all different types of trauma that I really was not even aware of until actually experiencing it ourselves. So, we should have mercy for ourselves, because we experience things and sometimes we just brush things under the rug. But we really have to take a look at the situations and the cards that we're dealt sometimes, okay? Examples of trauma. Now, let's talk about this. Trauma can take many forms and can be caused by a wide range of experiences. Here are some examples of some traumatic events, okay? Physical or sexual assault. This one is a big one, right? Because a lot of times these are the main ones that people talk about, okay? You don't hear men so much talking about the physical abuse or assault within relationships, but it happens to them, or the sexual assault, but it happens to them as well, okay? We hear about those a lot. Natural disasters, we hear about those, earthquakes, hurricanes, wildfires, floods, combat and war. Yes, soldiers and civilians alike may experience trauma as a result of exposure to combat or living in a war zone. Okay. We hear about all the time our soldiers going overseas and going into these wars, but coming back and having post-traumatic disorder, PTSD. They're dealing with things. They can't sleep properly. They can't think logically sometimes, loud sounds, loud bangs put them into certain states of being. Okay, we also see things like this with, I would say, with people who have been locked up in prisons, okay, where they have been locked up in just these little rooms for years and years and years, or if you are unmuted, please mute your microphone for me. Thank you so much. And then, or they're locked up in solitude for extended periods of time. Okay. This is not something that, let me see. Sorry, I keep hearing something.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Not letting me mute. Okay. Sorry, guys. If anybody is unmute, please mute yourself just so everybody can hear. All right. All right. Childhood abuse, physical, sexual, or emotional abuse or neglect during childhood can lead to long-lasting trauma. We see it all the time. We see where people who sexually abused, they've been sexually abused, and the person before them sexually, like, it's just crazy how it's just this chain reaction. Okay, we know this. We know that people who have seen their parents, not everybody. I'm not saying everybody who's been sexually abused goes and sexually abuses or anything. I'm not saying that. Again, there's a 50-50 chance you could go either way, right? I don't know what that switch is that people have where they become it. I'm looking for that answer. I'm going to continue to study that as well. But there is a switch where someone becomes that which they were, what they had to endure, you know. So, but yeah, we see where people have grown up in households where there was physical abuse, and then they are there doing it themselves. Okay. What about medical trauma? Absolutely. Okay, this is what I was saying with my little one. Accidents, surviving a serious accident such as a car crash or plane crash can cause trauma. Absolutely. If I survived a plane crash, baby, okay, that's going to be, woo, that's huge trauma. Okay, loss and grief. We know that these are traumatic experiences. You know, some people even pass away from heartache. Okay. So these are examples of trauma. You may or may not have recognized all of them. Examples, symptoms of trauma. Let's look at that. So you may know these examples of trauma, but when you recognize and see or experience these symptoms in yourself or others, do you know that these are actually symptoms of a traumatic experience that you have gone through? So these vary widely from person to person because it depends on the type and severity of the traumatic event, okay? So flashbacks. This is when an individual experiences vivid and intense memories or sensations from the traumatic event as if they are happening again in the present moment, okay? So if you're having flashbacks, okay, some people can, like I said, that have been in war, you know, they hear a loud sound or they see a flash of light. It may take them back to being in that war zone and they may flip out. So avoidance, an individual may avoid people, places, or things that remind them of the traumatic event. Absolutely. Okay. I know I recognize this one, avoidance, right? What about anxiety, feeling anxious, irritable, or constantly on edge? Hypervigilance, being hyper aware and on alert for potential danger or threats, even when there's no actual danger present. Absolutely. You are anticipating it before anything even happens, okay? What about depression? Feeling sad, hopeless, or disconnected from others. Insomnia or difficulty sleeping. Trauma can disrupt an individual's sleep patterns and make it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep. Physical symptoms. Trauma can lead to physical symptoms such as headaches, stomach aches, or chronic pain. You know, you've heard about some people where their hair falls out due to trauma because they've been worrying too much or depressed, right? Where they can't eat, you know, a lot. They lose a lot of weight. They sleep a lot. Okay. Negative self-talk. An individual may experience negative thoughts or beliefs about themselves, such as feeling guilty or responsible for the traumatic event. Okay. So, trauma can have a profound why is it so hard for people to deal with their trauma? Okay. Why is it so hard for people to deal with their trauma? Okay. So a lot of times, let me pause you. If there's anybody who is unmute, please mute yourself. Let me just make sure. Thank you so much. Okay, so why is it so hard for people to deal with their trauma? Trauma can have a profound and long-lasting impact on individuals, making it difficult for them to fully recover and move on. So there's several reasons why it can be difficult for people to get over the trauma, okay? The nature of trauma. So trauma is an extremely distressing or disturbing event that overwhelms, oh my goodness, what happened? That overwhelms an individual's ability to cope. Okay, it can cause intense feelings of fear, helplessness, and horror. Trauma can leave a lasting impact on the brain and the body, creating long-lasting changes in how an individual responds to stress. Okay, so the nature of their trauma can be so overwhelming that they don't even want to think about it. So that may be a reason why people will not deal with their trauma. Okay, because of the nature of it. I don't even want to think about it. It was so horrible. It was so disgusting, right? Difficulty processing emotions. Trauma can result in intense emotions that can be difficult to manage, such as anger, guilt, shame, and anxiety. People may struggle to process and make sense of their emotions, which can make it difficult to move on. Okay, so yes, absolutely. If you feel anger still regarding the trauma, isn't it going to be much harder for you to get over it? Of course, right? If you feel any type of shame and you don't want to face it, absolutely. Okay, if you feel any type of anxiety and don't want to, like I said earlier, think about it, then absolutely you're going to have a hard time processing these emotions and processing and healing from this trauma. Okay, what about intrusive thoughts and memories? Traumatic events can result in intrusive thoughts and memories that can be difficult to control or manage. These thoughts can be triggered by reminders of the trauma, making it hard for individuals to move past the experience. So right here, this is where your mind mastery would have to come into play. What I teach about controlling those thoughts, right? Those intrusive thoughts and memories. I mean, of course, our thoughts have a mind of their own. So if you do not control them, then good luck, because it can take you again to heaven or hell. Them thoughts can take you from to heaven or hell, baby. Seriously. Okay, so you have to be in control of those thoughts. If you follow my teachings, then you learn how to do that. Okay. But I do mention it later here in the in this lecture. Okay, avoidance behaviors. People who have experienced trauma may try to avoid anything that reminds them of the traumatic events, including people, places, and activities. While this can provide temporary relief, it can also prevent them from fully processing and dealing with the trauma. Okay, and then lack of support. Trauma can be isolating, and individuals may feel like no one can truly understand what they're going through. Okay, a lack of support from friends, family, and healthcare professionals can make it harder for people to recover. I can't tell you guys how many people I've worked with, and they have told me that they went and told a family member something that happened to them, something, and though that family member didn't believe them. Could you imagine as a child, you going and telling somebody that somebody abused you, and then them not believing you? Isn't that crazy? That's double trauma right there. That's double trauma right there. Okay, it's ridiculous, but it happens. It's sad to say, but it happens. Okay, so we talked about trauma. So now let's talk about the anxiety and depression. Okay, so in my lives, again, I'm typically forward thinking, and I typically do not spend a lot of time on these negative, what people consider negative things, because in order to change your reality, you must think about the things that you desire. Okay, you must be focused on the things that you desire. If you continue to think on the things that you do not want, right, you will, of course, create more of it. So I don't do that to downplay depression, anxiety, or trauma, or anything like that, but I'm all about change. I'm all about getting to that change. And so that's why I typically teach from that standpoint. Okay, what are we going to do now? Which I will get into. But again, I'm digging deep and really letting you guys know what how to really define these things, how to recognize these things, so that you won't, again, let them control you, right? You recognize them, you have a plan for them, and then you can change your reality. right? So what is depression? Depression or major depressive disorder, on the other hand, is a common and serious medical illness that negatively affects how you feel, the way you think, and how you act. Depression causes feelings of sadness and or a loss of interest in activities you once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease a person's ability to function at work and at home. Okay, so depression symptoms can include feeling sad, having a depressed mood, loss of interest or pleasure in activities once enjoyed, changes in appetite, you got weight loss or weight gain, trouble sleeping or sleeping too much, loss of energy or increased fatigue, feeling worthless or guilty, difficulty thinking, concentrating, or making decisions, or thoughts of death or suicide. Okay. So, what is anxiety? Now, anxiety is characterized by feelings of tension, worried thoughts, and physical changes like increased blood pressure. People with anxiety disorders usually have reoccurring intrusive thoughts or concerns. They may avoid certain situations out of worry. Some types of anxiety disorders include generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and various phobia-related disorders. So mine was panic disorder. I was having bad panic attacks. And I'm telling you, I mean, I would be breathing so damn hard. I would instantly be sweating, y'all. I mean, it would seem like, oh my God, like I just stepped into 1,000-degree sauna in like 2 seconds. I'm just drenched. It was crazy. Everything would get dizzy. I would just like, oh, it would be like, Lord, what is happening to me? Okay, it just seemed like the world would stop and just everything would be spinning, baby. So I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like. And I told you guys earlier, I passed out in the mall one day. I was in the shopping mall all by myself. And I woke up, I had passed out backwards, hit my dang on head on the damn floor, y'all. I had people, I woke up to people standing around me. Are you okay? Are you okay? I don't know how I didn't feel anything. I don't know how I didn't have a concussion. I probably did. I don't know. But I mean, I know how it feels to deal with anxiety. And guess what? I mean, this stuff, my panic attacks would come on out of the blue, it felt like. Like I literally could just be, again, I was in a shopping mall and it happened. So I was experiencing this stuff out of the blue. I wasn't able to I didn't have any signs of it happening besides it happening. So it was really a challenging time for me. Okay. I haven't had a panic attack in like years. I don't even know how long, maybe 10 years or maybe more. Okay. So it's definitely been a while, been a long time, but I've been there. Okay. So anxiety symptoms can include restlessness or feeling wound up or on edge, easily fatigued, difficulty concentrating or having their minds go blank, irritability, muscle tension, difficulty controlling the worry, sleep problems such as difficulty falling or staying asleep, restlessness, or unsatisfying sleep. Okay, so you know when you're dealing with anxiety, baby, you anxious. So some people may deal with depression, some people may deal with anxiety, some people deal with both. It's a name for it when you deal with both. I forgot. I don't know if I put it in here or not. But steps to manage anxiety and depression naturally, okay? Because I did go to the psychologist at 19 looking for help from her. I didn't get the help that I needed from her. She tried to put me on medication. So I had to do it the natural way. So I encourage the natural way because you're going to be living with your mind for the rest of your life. Take hold of it. Be responsible for it, and you take your power back. You take your power back, seriously. You don't want to have to depend on something else to control your sensations, your emotions, your way of thinking, your way of feeling. If you are using medication right now, great. I hope that it's working and being beneficial to you. If you feel like you desire some other way, I would consider doing some of the following. And again, please just listen. I want you guys to relax on here because it's a lot of information that I put in these slides. It's a lot of information, so I'm going to provide them to you guys so you'll have it, okay? So please don't worry about having to take notes. Just sort of relax and be attentive, okay? Exercise, okay? So exercise could be beneficial, okay? Healthy diet, sleep hygiene, mindfulness and meditation, okay? I copied this. I pasted this twice, sorry. Yoga and deep breathing. Social connection, maintaining those relationships, okay? Limiting media consumption. This is important, guys. This is important. Limiting media consumption, okay? And this is very important too. When you're trying to accomplish goals, I guarantee you, you're not going to accomplish those goals by spending 5-8 hours on TikTok just looking at other people accomplish their goals. That's not how you're going to do it anyway, right? So you want to get busy. You want to keep your mind busy and moving and focused on the things that are going to help you level up, right? So if you are on online and you constantly watching the news or people that's trying to like sway you into I don't know, just believing that, you know, you have no power here in this life, that can be, like this says, anxiety provoking. So you need to set those boundaries. I myself, I do not allow a TV in my bedroom. That's my boundary. We can have them in the guest bedroom or the living room or wherever, but not in my youngest son's bedroom. My oldest has it. I mean, he's old enough. I tell him, but you know. So I'm also mindful of the music that plays in this house. 98% of the time it is frequency music. The other 2%, we do play regular music just to, you know, stay in tune with our culture and the reality. The real world or whatever, but 98% of the time it's frequency music that is playing throughout this house. It has been that way for the duration of, well, probably about 12 years for me, but the duration of my relationship with Mike for sure. And we've been together for 5 years. So it's growing on him now, I think, but you know, even like last weekend, he's like, okay, baby, can we put on something a little bit more upbeat? And so then I got to play some regular music for him. Because I do like it being very peaceful in my house, and I do like to know what I'm listening to. Okay. I don't want people like trying to brainwash me without my knowing it. So what else? Limiting media consumption. Okay, we talked about that. Expressive writing. This is great. This is really great for writers, artists, people who have a hard time communicating things verbally. Okay, expressive writing is great. I always recommend scripting. I go back and look at some of the things that I've written over the years. It's really great, and just a nice way to document the beautiful changes that you are experiencing in your life. Also to provide an emotional outlet and means of self-reflection. Okay, so because this helps with anxiety and depression, absolutely, because you feel like you have more control over your script, over your reality. Okay. Do we have any questions so far? I know I'm rambling. Do we have any questions so far? Please let me know. Any questions? Okay. Hey, Shamita. Hey, Jessica. Oh, Jessica Williams.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, I love seeing my regulars up in here. Okay, I see y'all putting in that work. That's what's up, y'all. I see y'all. Okay, I always say the proof is in the pudding, baby. We can't fool anybody. We ain't fooling nobody. You hear me? So when you guys are putting in that work, listening to your mentors, listening to your reading your books and all of that, you guys are doing it. You're doing it, right? I still do it. I do it too. So we got to always be pouring into ourselves, baby. Controlling thoughts, okay? This is my specialty. Y'all know this is what I love. Okay, cognitive behavioral therapy. You guys know that when I teach, I really just teach what I teach, and I teach it in the form that I teach it. But I've learned that there are medical terms to the things that I teach. I just don't know those terms because I ain't no doctor. I'm not a licensed therapist, right? I've just studied for years along the way. And, you know, I love bringing these terms to you guys to show you guys I ain't silly. That is not crazy. So here we go. Cognitive behavioral therapy. What is this? These are techniques that can be useful for learning how to control your thoughts. It is a form of therapy that helps people recognize and change thought patterns that can lead to harmful actions or emotions. Okay. So here are a couple of strategies. Thought stopping. Boom. You guys know when I tell you, okay, you are present with me. You are aware of what I am saying right now, right? I tell you, when your thoughts drift off, you must stop them. When you are thinking about traumatic experiences, things that piss you off, if you're anxious about next week or tomorrow, you must stop those thoughts, okay? This is called thought stopping. Now we know. You bring yourself back to the present. I always say you got to bring yourself back to the present. Okay. But here, this involves consciously saying stop when you have an anxious or depressive thought. This can help halt the negative thought process and prevent it from spiraling. So they're telling you here, you got to stop the thought physically by saying stop. Or I guess you could silently say it as well. But the action of it, getting in the habit of saying stop, stop, you know, that shows that you are taking charge and taking control of your thoughts. Cognitive restructuring. This is the process of challenging those negative thoughts and replacing them with more positive or balanced alternatives. So, hello, when I tell you to stop your thoughts, bring yourself back to the present tense. And this is the moment where you reaffirm what does align with what it is you desire. This is what they're talking about. You are restructuring that way of thinking right there. Okay. So you have to get in the habit of stopping that current thought, that negative one, taking control of it, bringing yourself back to the present, and actually restructuring that thought into what you want it to be. Okay. So this is called cognitive restructuring. Now we know. Okay. What about mindfulness? Okay. This involves observing your thoughts without judgment. Okay. Because we know we have like 20, 30,000, I don't know how many thousands of thoughts every single day. If you sat here and you judged every single thought, baby, you in trouble. Okay. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. You just need to observe it, let it pass you by. Okay. It's just a thought. Why are you judging yourself off of it? Right? This is why I say you ain't got to judge yourself. You ain't got to think about it. Don't waste your time or energy. Just stop it. Bring yourself back to the present tense and keep it moving. Okay. What else will help you control your thoughts? What else is a technique within cognitive behavioral therapy that we can use? What about distractions? Okay, distractions. Engage in a positive or neutral activity to distract your mind from negative thoughts. Absolutely. This is what I call that emergency plan in my book, right? In the second book that I wrote, what do I talk about? I talk about having that backup plan. What's your game plan? Okay. So if I know that I'm about to be around family members and they're about to be crazy and we might get to arguing or whatever, what am I going to do first before I go over there? I'm going to have my game plan. Okay. I'm going to have my distraction. So I know that when it does happen, I am going to pull out my emergency plan. Okay. Why do we need an emergency plan? Well, think about it. When you were in school, and you guys rehearsed your fire drills, right? You guys rehearsed your fire drills. So then if there ever was a fire, wouldn't you feel a little bit more relaxed because you know how to approach that emergency? Absolutely. Right. So it's the same thing here. I'm not going to be so up in arms to get in that argument. If, baby, I know I got a backup plan. Like, okay, I knew that this was going to happen. All I'm going to do is play my favorite playlist. Okay. I need to listen to my favorite songs. These songs help me get happy. Or I watch these comedy skits. I'll be fine after this. I just need to go laugh for a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Have your backup plan so that people can't phase you. You don't want people to phase you, okay? Exposure therapy. This involves gradually or repeatedly going into the situation that causes anxiety until the situation no longer triggers the fear response. This is usually done under the supervision of a therapist. Now, I mean, this would be something like, okay, maybe like, okay, I was 5 years old and I almost drowned. So now, I know that I want to get out there and learn how to swim again. So I'm going to go and sit by the pool first, and next time I'm going to go and sit on the edge of the pool, and then I'll put my feet in, and then maybe next time I'll sit my butt on the top step of the pool in the water, that type of gradually repeatedly going into the situation that can help soothe your anxiety about it, right? So that you no longer respond in a fearful manner. But this wouldn't be like something, that has, if it was abuse. Now, this is the sad thing. It can have the complete opposite effect. A person can be so used and accustomed to experiencing abuse that it does not faze them. Okay, it doesn't faze them when it should be fazing them. All right. So, there's a lot of people that are talking about this now, people who spank their kids and beat their kids. But like, there's this video on TikTok, this man, he's knocking his daughter. She's a teenage daughter. Y'all may have seen it. I don't know if y'all seen it. He's knocking her upside the head because she had a boy in the house or something like that. Right. And there's people online talking about, oh, he should not be, hitting her. He should not be putting his hands on her. And some people are saying, that's just a dad, taking, disciplining his daughter. And some people are like, oh, well, okay, this is a man putting his hands on a young lady. Now, why would you expect her to not go out there and think it's not okay? I mean, think that it's okay to be hit by a man that she's in a relationship with, right? Is she gonna get out of that relationship really quickly if she crosses a guy who hits her and knocks her upside the head? She probably won't get out of that relationship that quick, right? Because she's accustomed to being knocked upside the head by a guy. Okay, so some people would argue that. Okay. So now, what are some coping strategies? Okay, what are some coping strategies? Now, of course, seek professional help. If you have super traumatic experiences that you need to work through, I'm talking about some super shit or anxiety, depression, seek professional help from a licensed therapist, somebody who can help you break through that trauma, work through it. You know what I mean? If you know that it's affecting you heavy like that, find a professional to help you. Okay. Hopefully they are able to help you develop those coping skills, process your emotions and all of that. Some do, some don't. You have to find a good therapist. Practicing self-care. You got to prioritize your self-care. Okay. Establishing a support network. Surrounding yourself with trusted friends, family members, or support groups. Okay. This can help. What about educating yourself? Okay. This is a lecture that's helping to educate you, but you may want to read some books, watch some videos, understand exactly what's happening within yourself, your body, your brain, how trauma and all of this stuff can affect you physically. Okay. Practicing mindfulness, engaging in creative expression, writing, painting, dancing, playing, or music. I know some of my people I work with, they're painting or painters, or artists. Okay. Developing healthy coping skills. Okay. So healthy coping mechanisms like journaling, deep breathing exercise. I know y'all, whoever's been following me, y'all know that with Cash, baby, I breathe with him. He 3 years old. We had to start that early, baby. I need you to breathe. Okay, let's breathe. When he's stressed out, and we will sit there and we will breathe. Okay, listening to music. Okay, what about setting boundaries? Establishing boundaries is crucial for creating a sense of safety and control. Okay, we see you, Jessica. Practice self. Look at her. We see you, girl. I love you so much. Practice self-compassion. Be gentle and patient with yourself as you navigate the healing process. Acknowledge that healing takes time and that it is normal to have good and bad days. Yes, we need to practice self-compassion. Why do we dwell so much on our negative situations that we go through, right? We all are going to go through shit. So why are we so hard on ourselves? It doesn't make sense. We need to lend the same compassion to ourselves that we lend to anybody else. Okay. We need to allow ourselves the time that it takes to heal and really work through things, right? So it's okay to have good days. It's okay to have bad days. Just don't remain there. You cannot stay there. Okay. Here. What do I have? Did I miss something? Self-care practice. No, I sure did. I think I messed up. Self-care practices. I think I put it somewhere else. Okay, so let's talk about learning to forgive yourself and others. Okay, let's talk about learning to forgive yourself and others. What exactly does forgiveness entail? Because a lot of people will say, I'm not forgiving. I'm not going to forgive anybody. Right? Forgiveness is the intentional act of letting go of feelings or resentment or anger towards someone who has wronged you, right? So it's letting go of feelings of resentment or anger. Okay. It involves releasing negative emotions and choosing to move forward with a sense of understanding or compassion rather than seeking revenge or holding on to grudges. Okay. So the benefits of forgiving yourself and others. Forgiving yourself is important because it allows you to let go of negative emotions such as guilt and shame and move forward in a positive direction. It can also help improve your self-esteem and overall well-being. Forgiving others is important because it allows us to move on from past hurt or pain, and holding grudges or resentment can be detrimental to our mental and emotional well-being. Forgiving others also promotes healthy relationships and can lead to personal growth and development. Okay, so you get to live in the present when you forgive, okay, yourself and others. You have fewer health issues. It boosts your self-confidence. Okay, you have peace of mind. It reduces stress and anxiety. It promotes empathy and compassion. It improves mental health, and it improves your mood. It makes you happier, right? So, of course, when you forgive people, don't you get to live in the present because you're no longer living in the past. So you are now living in the present, right? That's where you always must remain. Okay, anyway. You don't want to leave your mind behind, baby. If your mind is somewhere 5 years ago or yesterday or whatever, you need to go get it. Bring it back here with you. Bring it to the present.
Nikki
Shamita is
and
laughing. I'm
Go
serious
get
though.
it.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it, y'all. Okay. Fewer health issues. Fewer health issues. Won't you be more relaxed? Won't you be more relaxed if you had less stress, less worry and anxiety? Of course. So of course, if you have less stress, that means fewer health issues, no more anxiety. It will improve your mental health. It'll make your
That's
mood.
true. Yeah.
Absolutely. You'll
Yeah.
have peace of mind because you're not thinking about that past shit. So when you hear people say forgiveness is for you, this is what they mean. These are the things, the benefits that you'll get out of doing that forgiveness. Okay. So this don't have anything to do with them. It has everything to do with you. Reduce your stress, reduce your anxiety, fewer health issues for you. It boosts your self-confidence because now you're not so focused on that and relating to that thing that hurts you. Now you're more confident about yourself. You've released that. Okay. I'm glad I could make y'all laugh, Shamita. Okay. So when you are forgiving yourself, expect to do the following. When we're talking about forgiving yourself right now. You, one, want to acknowledge and take responsibility for what you did. Okay. Because sometimes other people do stuff to us and then sometimes we do stuff, right? So when we have to, and sometimes the things that we do can cause anxiety within ourselves or depression within ourselves as well. We had a young lady, unfortunately, she was on the live, I think it was last week, and she was going to be seeing a judge within 5 days and she may possibly have been, I don't know if she's even on here. I don't know, but she was worried about her family and she was worried about possibly going to jail. Okay. So, someone on there mentioned that she had to forgive herself, which is true. Okay. Apologize to anyone you may have hurt. Learn from your mistakes and make a plan to prevent them in the future. Practice self-compassion and be kind to yourself. How come we're so quick to forgive others when they hurt us, right? We are so quick to forgive them. We'll give people a million damn tries, won't we, Shamita? We'll give them a million times to hurt us. They will hurt us and hurt us and hurt us and hurt us. But when we hurt ourselves, when we hurt someone, oh, we can't forgive ourselves. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I'm such a horrible person. Okay. Have some self-compassion. I tell you guys, we've been trying to figure out this life thing for all these years. Give yourself a pat on the back, baby. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay. Letting go of any guilt or shame and focus on moving forward. Okay. So you have got to do these things if you are focusing on forgiving yourself. Okay. Now, positive affirmations. Okay. Again, I'll give you guys all of these things, but I'll just call out a couple. I am worthy of self-forgiveness and love. I choose to release any negative self-talk and replace it with positive affirmations. I forgive myself for the hurt that I caused, and I accept myself completely. Okay. Now, when you are forgiving others, these are some things that you may consider, okay? So expect these things. Forgiving someone who has harmed you can be difficult, but there are some steps that you can take. So acknowledge the harm that was done. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. Consider the perspective of the person who harmed you. I know sometimes we don't want to do that. Okay. Decide whether or not you can forgive them, and either way is okay. Either way is okay. We do not want to force forgiveness. We definitely don't want to do that. Okay. Only do that when you are ready. Let go of any resentment or anger towards the person when you feel ready to. You can still move forward without fully forgiving someone. I wholeheartedly believe. There are some people who will let situations hinder them to the point where they are paralyzed. And there are some people who will say, you know what? I don't really like what the hell they did. It was disgusting. I don't necessarily forgive them. I would never want to experience that again. And, but I'm not going to let that hinder me. I still want to move on with my life. Okay. You got to focus on the present moment and moving forward. Yes. Okay. Remember that forgiveness is a process. It may take time. And then also seeking support from a trusted friend or a therapist if necessary. Okay, remember, forgiveness is a personal choice, and it may not be the right choice for everyone in every situation. Okay, and then I give you some positive affirmations. That's supposed to be for other people. You know what? I don't know why I messed up on this this one. So now what? Okay, this is the good stuff. This is what I like. I don't like talking about the bad stuff. I know it's necessary, but now this is what I like. Let's get to the good stuff, baby. Let's get on what are we going to do about it? Dwelling on the past won't get you anywhere. That's why it's important to stay focused on the present and what you have learned from the situation. Now that you've taken responsibility, apologize, learn from your mistakes, and let go of any shame or guilt, now it's time to focus on what's ahead. So start by asking yourself the following questions. What new story do you want to create for yourself? Really dig deep about who the new you will be and what is their life like, okay? So you guys know I talk about if you want to be something, if you want to create something, baby, you got to be it. So here is where we start doing that. Right? Okay, I know I've gone through some trauma. Okay, I know I've gone through some shit in my life, but now this is not how I want to see my new life. Okay? This is where I get to decide what I want for my future. Okay? What is your new script going to look like? Okay? What is your new reality that you are going to claim? Your new identity that you are going to claim? Okay. So, how do you wish for others to see you? Now, you have to ask yourself, does this new story align with who you genuinely are to the core? And make sure these are your true desires for your future. Okay. Oops. Jeez. Describe your new story. Okay. Get excited about the new life you are creating for yourself. You can have fun here and really get delusional. Okay, you got to act fugazi. It's got to be a little fugazi. You got to act like it's already yours. You got to act like you're rich. You got to act like you're already in that loving relationship. You got to act like you're already healed. You can't wake up and be like, I have depression, or I struggle with depression, or I struggle with anxiety. You cannot do that. You have to be delusional. You have to be delusional. You have to call it what you want it to be. And I know everybody here ain't just here just to be wasting no time. You're here because you want to have a healthy mind. You're here because you want to recognize these what they call disorders. It ain't no damn disorders. It's moments in time. It's only a disorder if you claim it and start calling it into your life. That's when it becomes a disorder. But you made it a disorder. At one point, it was just a situation. It was just a situation. Okay, so I don't like calling it a disorder. That's what they call it. But you got to be a little. Yeah, what'd you say, Shamita?
I said so true. That is what the doctor had told me.
Yeah. What they say? What the doctor say?
That anxiety is just a mental disorder.
Yeah. Yes, because y'all mentally got people out here calling themselves anxious and dealing with anxiety. You see, if I say I'm a clown enough, if I sit up here and for 30 days tell myself I'm a clown, guess what the hell I'm going to be thinking? I'm going to be thinking I'm a damn clown by next month. Okay? So we have to be mindful. That will then become a disorder, won't it? It'll
And
become
I
a
was,
disorder.
I felt so bad when he told me that.
No.
Yeah.
See, I know that's I mean, I love I mean, I support anybody who visits doctors because there are some good ones out there. But if you ain't careful, baby, you're gonna cross them crazy ones, them ones who don't think for themselves, them ones who just regurgitate that shit out the book and don't actually think about what they are saying and teaching. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that you just you gotta know it's common sense. You got to know it. And so, yeah, I mean, there's people right now, even in my son's high school, right? There's kids in there that dress like animals. And those teachers cannot say a damn thing to them. Okay. This is, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to judge. I don't want to say it's a disorder. But if you tell yourself something long enough, you will begin to believe it. And these people are in here thinking that they are whole cats, that they are cats in a classroom. They are licking their paws and stuff, my son says. They're licking their paws. I mean, their hands. So you
Wow.
get what I'm saying? I mean, you call yourself something long enough, you will
Yeah.
become it. You will become it. Okay. So here you have fun with this. What's your new story? Okay. How will the new you act? Okay. This is where in my new book, I talk about embodying. You've got to embody that new identity, right? What will they wear? How will they think? You are leaving the old you behind. You're shedding that skin. Okay, this is, of course, you're no longer going to deal with anxiety. Of course, you're no longer going to deal with depression. Maybe it's a new you. You got a whole new way of thinking. You can't claim that same stuff.
Yeah.
You cannot claim it. Okay, how would you wish for others to see you? If you were a fly on the wall, how would you like for the important people in your life to speak about you? Now, notice I said important people because I don't give a damn about anybody else. Okay. And I mean, the important people, they have, I care, but they are limited. You get what I'm saying? Because ultimately you're living your life. But if you were a fly on the wall, what would you want them to say? How would you want them to see you? That's the way you need to portray yourself. That's the way you need to act. And that's the way your reality will be. Now, again, some people are very good. They're very good at faking the funk. I mean, I know when I was going through my shit, because that's when I was in the corporate world, when I was dealing with my 10-year toxic ass relationship. And I most certainly wouldn't go to work and be telling them that stuff, right? So we can fake the funk when we need to, but we ain't trying to do that. Right? We're trying to be 100% real and happy with our lives. What would the important people say about you if you were a fly on the wall? What would they say? Okay. Now, you want some new story prompts. I just threw these in as a fun way of getting your mind going as to some ways that you can start thinking about how to change your current way of thinking or your old habits. Okay. So imagine your ideal day in 5 years. What does it look like? Okay. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Okay. If there were no limits, like no money, time, resource constraints, what would you be doing? Okay. So these different prompts have different what's the goals. So like this one allows you to explore your deepest desires and passions. Okay. What skills would you like to master and why? This one gives you insight into what areas you want to grow and develop in. Okay. You can use any of these. Remember, I'll provide you guys with the slides. Describe the person you want to become in 3 words. Why did you choose these 3 words? What kind of relationships do you want to have in your life? What do you want to contribute to the world? What does success look like to you? Okay. These are all things that you can ask yourself in order to dig deep about that new identity. Because I don't think people really understand when I say you have got to embody the new identity. meaning you have got to create an entirely different person. Now, the only things that's not going to change are your core beliefs, your core, who you are to the core. Like, they're just things that's not going to change about me. No, I'm not going to go out there and murder anybody. No, I'm not going to go out there and kill anybody. Like, that's just not in me, right? I guess unless I had to do it to save my own life or my child's life or something. But there's certain thing I know I'm not ever going to go out there and smoke crack. Okay, I know that that's not going to change. Or no, I'm not going to, do certain things. There's certain things you're just not going to do. So as long as these things align with who you are to the core and your life purpose, you're going to be in good shape. You're going to be in amazing shape. Okay. So now the last page is taking action. Okay, so you've heard everything about the anxiety, you heard everything about the depression, you've heard about the different types, you've heard about the trauma. Okay, what does all of this entail? Now the question is, what are you going to do about it? You can change your reality by changing your story. You can write a new script for yourself, right? Here are some story prompts for you to take so that you can actually embody that new reality that you're thinking. But you've got to take the action. You've got to live it. You've got to eat it. You've got to breathe it. You've got to think it. You've got to feel it. And you've got to be it. A lot of times, this is where people going to stop. They're going to stop right back here. They're going to stop at these affirmations. Okay. They're going to do all of this. They're going to read this. They may or may not read it, but they're going to stop. They're not going to take any action, guys. That's not what we're here for. This life stuff is not complicated. You must take action with your life. You must do it. And the only way you're going to do it is if you do something different from what you have been doing so far. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions right now? I want to play this excerpt for you guys really quickly. Just hold on. Let me play it right now. Listen up. Okay, hold on.
Have you ever heard the story of the 100 monkeys? The 100 monkeys is an experiment. He's right on in his final point. He just missed some of the details. The 100 monkeys was an experiment performed by some Japanese scientists, I believe. They took sweet potatoes and they dropped them on this island for the monkeys to eat up by the tree line. Monkeys all love the sweet potatoes. They start eating them. And then the scientists start dropping the sweet potatoes in the sand. Well, now there's sand on the fucking sweet potatoes, and that's a fucking problem. Monkeys don't want to eat them. So they take two of the monkeys, and they teach the monkeys to take the sweet potatoes down to the water and wash the sand off them. Then they take those monkeys back to the island, put them with the rest of them. Every day, those two monkeys that know how to wash the sweet potatoes teach a couple more monkeys to wash the sweet potatoes. This continues until the number grows, until it gets to 100 monkeys. Now, once 100 monkeys knew to take the sweet potatoes down to the water and wash the sand off them, it all switched. Now, suddenly, all the monkeys on the island immediately, once it hit 100, to take the sweet potatoes down to the water, wash the sand off them, no more sand on your sweet potatoes. They thought this was very interesting. So then they tried the experiment on the next island over. Now the monkeys on the next island had never even had contact with the monkeys from the other island. And now suddenly all the monkeys know to take your sand-covered sweet potatoes down to the water, wash the sand off. What is that? It's collective consciousness. So everybody talking about, what does it matter if I wake one more person up to the...
Okay. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that at all?
Yes.
Okay. Isn't that amazing? This is why I do what I do, you
Yes.
guys. This is why I do what I do. So the fact that I'm able to, that you guys are receptive to my teachings, right? And you guys allow or take action on this stuff in your own lives. When you guys go out there, you guys should be the example for others, okay? That is going to carry on. We all should be living in abundance. None of us should be suffering like we are, like, like some of us are, okay? So the more and more people that grasp this stuff, eventually, like he said, if enough of us do, the consciousness, it is the whole consciousness. We will all understand this stuff, okay? So this is why I do this stuff diligently, religiously, repeatedly, because it's benefiting us all as a whole. You guys understand that? So this is powerful stuff. The consciousness it is powerful, and we're all connected. Okay. So the more and more you guys uplift yourself, the more and more you guys pour into yourselves, the more and more you guys don't give up on yourselves, you guys are helping us all elevate.
Hi, Nikki, I just want to say something.
Yes.
I got in contact with the guy with the crystals.
Yes.
Yeah, so I purchased, well, he prescribed 2 special crystals to me.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's good. Which one did you speak with? Did you speak with We Rock Stones or I Crystal?
We rock stone.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. So he's going to be sending you your crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, so if you're into crystals, I do have crystal recommendations in my new book, but I also work with 2 guys that do these crystals. So that's We Rock Stones. I've showed you guys. He has my he made my ankhs for me. And then I also work with a new guy, Eye Crystals, on TikTok as well. So maybe I need to put that here in my new book so that people know. But yeah, for those of you who have been with me, I'm going to run over this in 10 minutes. This is the new book, guys. Just pay attention and tune in. Here is your imprinting, okay? So you guys know from the book 1, what is happening? Why can you guys see this? There it goes. Can you guys still see this? Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Okay. So, okay, let me review my newest book. This is the sequel to the Manifest the Best. So Manifest the Best, we stop off at imprinting. So here, okay, I've listened to your issues. I've listened to what it is you guys are struggling with. You guys are struggling with consistency. Mind mastery, still controlling those thoughts, right? Maintaining that self-love, feeling like you are worthy of your desires and your dreams, and gratitude. Okay, so here I remind you guys the importance of that. Overcoming your obstacles. Okay. People will come to me and let me know, oh, well, I got in an argument with my husband today, so I'm not going to come to the Zoom class. Baby, that's when you need to bring your ass to the Zoom class, okay? Not when you having a great day. I mean, come when you're having a great day, but if you going through something, come on, right? Embracing change and growth. Okay, some people stay stagnant because they don't want to really change anything.
Yeah,
You
I
can't do
really
that
want
when
to
you're leveling
change.
up. Yeah, what'd you say, Shamita?
I said I really want to make a change.
What? How would you say it now? So you using your creative mouth.
I'm going to be a change person.
I am changing. I am changing. I am changing. Right? Okay. I am present tense. The reason why we want to use present tense. Okay, so just as an example, and I'm not picking on Shamita, I have other people in here that I worked with as well for long term who have been following with me, but they listen to my lives, right? The reason why I come and I say these things over and over and over again is because I can say it out my ass 50 times, but it still needs time to penetrate those programs that are in you guys, you know? So that's why I repeat this stuff. And that's why I'm okay with repeating it. I really am, because I understand what's happening. I know at some point, something is going to shift. At some moment, if you just keep listening, if you just keep pouring into yourself, if you just keep showing up, something is going to shift for you, right? So these are all the things that I included in this new book because, again, I've been listening to y'all, right? So here I talk about, who I am. Y'all know what it is. Chapter 1, power of consistency, baby. For each of these chapters, I give you a quote. I give you a positive affirmation. I give you recommendations like these crystal recommendations. I give you the solfeggio frequency recommendation. And I also give you potential problems that you may endure and example actions to take, okay? So consistency, we know that it is important. It's imperative to be consistent. Again, we're picking up after imprinting. Okay, so 1. Now, imprinting is doing something over and over and over again. So right here, power of consistency. You must be consistent. You must form new habits, set and stick to routines, overcome that procrastination. I give you tools recommendations down here to help you do that. You've got to be consistent, okay? I give you an exercise to help with that. If you are having issues with any of these things, you need to come here and say, okay, I'm having issue today with my mind, my thoughts are going crazy. Here, chapter 2, mind mastery, okay? So now I need to affirm to myself. What do I need to say to myself right now? Because my mind is going everywhere. I am in control of my thoughts every single day. Right? I am control. So I would say this all day if I needed to. Then I would come here, look at these things, these recommendations, right? If I know today I'm dealing with mind mastery, I'm going to do this exercise. So you have tools right here at your fingertips. If you know that right now you're having a problem with your self-love, your self-worth, you need to come here and read this. Self-love is about knowing your worth and embracing every part of who you are, including the parts that you might not be fond of. It's about treating yourself with kindness, respect, and compassion, much like you would treat someone you deeply care about, okay? Here, I talk about gratitude. I go on, but I'm not reading all of it. This is for the people who get the book. I'm just going through this, right? Your affirmations, again, your exercises. There should be nothing that you are trying to figure out how to get through by now. And until you read unless you didn't not read the book. I mean, if you haven't read these books, I'm literally writing out everything. Obstacles, overcoming obstacles. If you know you're going to have a crazy day, you're going to have some things that's going to challenge you. Okay. What should you be doing here? Embracing growth and change. Okay. Here I talk about embracing that growth, embracing that change. Some people don't want change. How you think you're going to evolve? How? And here I was talking about this in the lecture, embodying your new identity, actually choosing that new life and living it, not just talking about it, not just looking at it like it's outside of you. And right here, then I give you a exercise that you should be implementing every single day. You should actually be living this fun life. I created this analogy around a video game. If you watch my last masterclass, it was in the analogy of playing a video game. So this one, I put this exercise in the form of a video game. Okay. You have character creation. You got to make a list of traits, habits, skills this new identity possesses. Game levels. Okay. You know that with every game, you're going to have levels that you got to beat. The same thing with life. What you think, how you think you're going to grow if you ain't got the challenges. You need to welcome the challenges. That means you have an opportunity to evolve. Okay, skill acquisition. At each level, your character needs to acquire certain skills. Yes, you need to acquire those skills. So you need to go through shit so that you can have those skills. Power-ups and resources. This is books, courses, mentors, listening to videos, having supportive people. This is how you power up. Keep that battery charged, baby. When you getting stressed, this is what Shamita be hitting me up. She like, I need you to power me up. You get what I'm saying? She'd be like, Nikki, I need you. Right? That's her asking for me to help power her up. When you guys go to my lives, what do you think is happening? You're powering up. Okay. Boss battles. You know that you're gonna have a test. You know you're gonna have a test. And you know that you're gonna have to overcome these challenges. Okay. So just like in video games, it's normal to fail and retry levels. The same goes for your personal growth. Now, how to trust in divine timing and when to take inspired action. Okay. You gotta know how to listen to yourself. You gotta know. Okay, here go my super tips. I leave those super tips for the people who actually get the book. What's your game plan for when you get discouraged? Okay, when you get discouraged, this is right here what I was talking about. You got to have a game plan and you got to execute this plan when needed. Don't just have it. Don't just have this plan and not use it. Nah, you're not going to lower your frequency. You're going to just rely on your game plan when it's time to. Okay. A lot of times we allow ourselves to get stuck in the past mentally because a situation has upset us or caused us worry. Instead of letting our minds get stuck in the depression or anxiety, we need to have a game plan. No championship team plays a game without practicing first, do they? Or having particular plays planned out. No multi-million-dollar company is formed without first putting a business plan into action, right? Okay, so it only makes sense that you have a course of action that you will take in case you face particularly hectic scenarios. Okay. Also, this is one of the bonuses. This is a mindfulness chart. You get to pick out one of these things for a day, like whatever day you want. You can pick these out, and it's a way to direct your day and your thoughts intentionally, little acts of kindness and mindfulness moments here. Okay. And your second bonus is this 528 healing frequency. You click on this. When you click on this, it takes you right to this private playlist right here. Okay. And you have access to this. You can add it to your own playlist. You can download it. You can loop it here. It's 20 minutes long. The benefits of the 528 hertz, if you don't already know, here. Okay, the healing properties. Okay, they restore balance and harmony to the body and mind. It promotes physical healing in the body, actual physical healing, DNA repair. Okay, it repairs.
Listen, when I listen to
Yeah.
that freaking song at night, I fall asleep so lovely.
Yes, you know why? Because it has positive effects on the mood.
Yeah,
Some
fall
people
asleep.
feel relaxed and calm. Yes. Yes. I hope you let your daughter listen to it too. She is so precious. I love her so much. Okay. Spiritual transformation. It aligns your chakras. Okay. Creative inspiration. If you are an artist, if it enhances your inspiration and artistic expression. Okay. Because it activates the right hemisphere of the brain, which is associated with creativity and imagination. Okay. So this comes for free with the what's happening? How do I get out of here? This comes for free with my new book. And yep, that is it. So I did the lecture on trauma, anxiety, depression, and pivoting from that. I don't like for these master classes to drag on for too long, because I don't want to take up too much of y'all time or for it to be boring. But do you guys have any questions around the lecture? It's okay if you don't. It's okay. Any questions around manifestation? Oh, there you go, Tanisha.
Do you have any other classes that that we can sign up for?
Yes, absolutely. So right now for the month of June, we have a June manifestation Zoom group. Okay, so it's a group environment. It's typically around, it depends on each day because we have some each on Mondays and Thursdays. So we'll probably have anywhere from, 3 to 10 people on there. So if you're open to group sessions and you're not working through something super traumatic, you may be open to a Zoom manifestation group. So every week for the month. So our first one is on Monday. So every week for the month, we work through whatever manifestation that you are trying to accomplish. So you come to the group with that and we work through it, have action items and goals weekly. Okay. We also, for the month of June, we have a feng shui class. We also have a, hold on, let me share this with you guys. We have a can you guys, am I still sharing?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. That was a good question, Tanisha. So hold on. Right here. Okay, so Zoom groups. This is the website, guys. So let me show you the website. Here, you'll see Manifest the Best 3-day book, right? 3-day self-guided book. Right here, this book right here is on sale right now with this discount. You can use this discount code. If this is your first time with me, you want to start with this book. This is the foundation of my teachings, okay? Use that discount code. Right here is that frequency track that I play, the 528 hertz. You can get this here. Down here at the bottom is my book, the newest book that I just went through for you guys, Manifestation Mastery, Your Guide to Lasting Transformation. This one comes with this free frequency healing song. So it comes with it. It's an automatic download, or you can play it on YouTube, okay? So these are my ebooks. If you want both books, if you know that you'll be with us and you will be following along, catching us on the lives, joining these teachings, then you will want to get this book bundle. Okay, I discounted it here for you guys. So that would be this book, that would be this book, and that frequency healing track all in one right here. Okay, it's an instant download. You will have it. For my services, here is the frequency healing track. Here, right here, we have a personalized affirmation video. So I would find out from you what you would like to manifest in your life, and I create you your own personalized one that you can play on a daily basis. This is a one-time consultation. If you need me for a one-time consultation or an action plan, you need something, you need to talk through something, you got a blockage, I'm your girl right here. One-time consultation. Okay. Check my reviews. Okay. Manifest the Best. This is the book and the one-on-one. So if you need the book, but you also need that one-on-one from me, I discounted it here as well. The Lazy Man Programming Healing bundle, right? So this is the programming bundle for people who do not, who are lazy. I call it the Lazy Man Programming, okay? So in here we have, again, these are videos that you listen to. They're infused with solfeggio frequencies, okay? We have the programs we have are healing trauma. Okay, and these are all the different frequencies that they're infused with. We have abundance. Okay, we have a sobriety program. We have a repair your relationship program. Okay, we have a relaxation, a deep brown noise one. We have a mind control, remaining present. Okay, for those people who have an issue remaining present. We also have a gratitude program. We have a beauty and good looks program. We have a positive thinking when things aren't going right or happening as fast as you need program. We have a health restoration program, and we have a forgiveness program. Okay, so those are there. What else do we have? And now we have these long-term mentoring programs.
What is that one? The lazy man bundle? What
This,
is that? Yeah.
yeah, those are videos, okay, that are there. I just gave you the program, so I have them in the following. These are the programs that I have for it. the different tracks. So one for healing trauma, one for creating abundance, one for sobriety, one for repairing your relationships. So they're videos, but they're infused with these different solfeggio frequencies. Okay. So that's the power of them. Okay. So where was I at? And then now the mentoring. So like Shamita, she's doing 30-day. We have someone on here that's doing the 60-day. You can decide which one is best for you. We meet weekly. Okay. You also get a personalized plan. So I don't have one plan for everybody. I just don't. Everybody's different and everybody learns and is receptive to different things. Okay. So I'm going to be walking through your issues with you. Okay. So you'll have your book. So you'll get a book. You'll get either Manifest the Best or you will get my second book. It depends on what level you're at. How long have I been working with you? Okay. Then you get the weekly calls with me. We can do Zoom or we can do the phone. Okay. You also get unlimited email access to me, and you get a coffee mug, a Winner Circle coffee mug for free mailed to you. Okay. So you get the weekly calls. Okay. You get the book, you get the free coffee mug, and you get the, did I put the personalized affirmation video? You get a personalized affirmation video. Okay, so you can do 30 days or 60-day. If you get the 30-day, you get one personalized video. If you get the 60-day, you get 3 personalized videos. Okay. So those are my services. Now for the Zoom groups to answer her question. Sorry, my darling, it took so long. So of course we had the manifestation class here. This is going to be now over. But for June, we have the manifestation classes, which is great. They're fun. So we have Monday at 6:30, 7 or 7:30 on Thursdays. Okay. Now these are $40 for the month. That's $10 a week, guys. That's nothing. I have things at each price point because there should be no excuse. You got to be willing to do what you got to do. Okay. Here we have a feng shui class coming up on the 24th. That's going to be fun. Your entire home is like a vision board, guys. So when you come to class, in that class, I'm going to also give everyone in there their success direction in their home. So you give me your date of birth, and your sex that you were born at birth, right? And then I'm going to tell you what direction in your home you should have your valuables so that you can create success in your life. So for instance, if you have a trash can in your success direction, that's going to be a problem in your success within your life. Okay. Because you got a garbage can there. All right. So we talk about all of that and manipulating the energy within your home so that you can you can have a great flow of energy in your living space. Okay. And it will directly impact your relationships there and all of that. Okay. I personally have set my bedroom up. Uh-oh.
Hey, Mickey,
I
I would like
personally.
you to help me with my vision board.
Okay, my dear. So you're doing a one-on-one mentorship. I'll definitely do that with you. And let's talk about that on your next class, okay? Your next meeting this week. We can do that. So we also have a vision board class on the 10th at 12:30. And we also have a chat GPT class on June 17th. So the vision board class is great for those who do not know how to create an effective vision board. Vision boards are powerful. My engagement ring, that was on my vision board. My home was on my vision board. My husband was on my vision board. I mean, I have so many different things that have come to fruition that were on my vision board so I can show you guys how to make it powerful. It doesn't matter about the beauty of it, but we want results, right? The chat GPT class, this is a very forward thinking class. Chat GPT, that AI stuff, baby, that is the future and it's coming. If you are not savvy about it, this would be your place to learn the basics of this and start getting your feet wet within chat GPT. So you can learn how to use this powerful resource in your business, in your regular life. Yeah, so that you can get a head start, because pretty soon this is gonna be like big. So get 10 steps ahead of it if you can. All right. So, of course, you guys know we have our gear, of course, t-shirts, mugs, all of that, your hoodies, your t-shirts. And I now added a section up here of blogs. So I have some blogs here I'm going to be adding. This one is understanding the different types of trauma. That's actually when I created this presentation that I just did. I did it so long ago. Sometimes I'd be creating this stuff and I'd just be like sitting on it, but it's stuff that I'd be like really thinking that I'm going to do at some point. So I just thought I started when I feel motivated, you know. Here I'm talking about trauma, the steps to healing, the magic of 528s, solfeggio frequencies. So if you guys like reading, which I should send it out in our newsletters, but my blogs will be here, okay? Again, use this discount code for the Manifest the Best book. Yeah, do we have any questions? Any questions at all? It could be about manifestation. It could be about anything. Hand them to me. Like you have my undivided attention right now. It's not like on TikTok where I gotta like comb through your comments. So if you have a question, please spit it out.
Hey, I have a question, Nikki.
Sure.
I just purchased the Manifest book as well as the 528 Hertz that comes with it.
Okay, so the second book,
Yeah,
Manifestation Mastery. Okay,
So I was
awesome.
trying to download the frequency and I can't. I don't know what I'm missing.
Check your email. Did it come? Because this happened with somebody earlier. It came to her email and she had it. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Check your email. I'll wait on here just to see. But we were on live and she was saying the same thing, but she checked her email and it was there.
Okay. Let me check.
Any other questions while we wait on Jessica?
So I got the books. It's just not, I don't see. Maybe it's gonna take a minute to get it. Maybe it's
It shouldn't. Hold on. Okay, so you got okay, you made the purchase and then what happened?
so I got all the confirmation emails, like the order numbers. I just don't see, and I got the Manifest the Best. I got that one. And then
Is this on here? I'm logging into my Shopify. I only had an issue with someone this morning, but otherwise people were fine with it. Let me see. So, but either way, if you cannot, I will send it to you directly, but I'm just getting in here trying to figure out. Let me see. Okay, so digital files.
I'm not fine.
so it lets me download it, but I think this is the book and not unless that's the same.
Okay, see if you can. I'm gonna try and send it to you separately. When you go into the book, are you able to click the link? Let me make sure that you're not having an issue.
Yeah, I'm able to click the link.
Okay. Does it let you? It doesn't let you download from YouTube, does it? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm not sure.
Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. It could be something I'm doing
It's okay.
wrong.
It's okay. I know somebody was experiencing that earlier on the live too. No problem. But yeah, anytime there's any issue, guys, just email me and I'll take care of it. No problem. Rosalind, is Rosalind on here? Thank you, Jessica, my darling. It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
Jessica, can you tell us about your Jessica is someone who I did some work with, guys. She's a great a great person. I will say this. She is a go-getter. She is a sweetheart, you guys, but she also is an entrepreneur.
Mhm.
As with a lot of us that are on here, if there's anybody on here as well that would like to mention their business after her, please do. Jessica, can you fill them in really quickly on your business so that they'll know? Because a lot of people may find this handy right now, especially considering the market that's going on with the houses.
Okay, so my business is called From the Underwriter's View, and basically it's a consulting business that I set up to help individuals who are trying to purchase a home and they're trying to navigate through the home owning or the home buying process. I am a mortgage underwriter. So the reason why I created the business is I've seen so many different posts on social media or different people telling people how to purchase a house, but I didn't see it from a lending or from an underwriter's point of view. So I just wanted to help people go through the process of getting approved so they can kind of understand what's needed prior to them submitting their loan application. Does that make sense?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
mute.
that's
So sorry.
awesome.
That's
Isn't
okay.
that awesome?
Yeah, it is.
That is so needed. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh. And you guys know I
Absolutely.
was a realtor, so people absolutely need to hear this stuff from the
Yeah.
underwriter's view. Can you give them your website and information?
Yeah, it's from the underwritersview.com.
Actually, can you put it in the chat?
I sure
Yeah,
can.
put it in the chat for them.
Perfect.
I sure can. And there's
I
like
know. I
free
heard that and I was like, that
resources
is awesome.
for you guys.
And I keep saying I'm going to do this. I'm going to put on my page a networking page just for the winner circle. So I want everybody who is an entrepreneur or has services to list their businesses. We have like almost 500 members now of the winner circle. So there is no reason why we cannot utilize each other for certain things, you know?
And Jessica, what's your tag on TikTok?
On TikTok,
Uh-huh.
it is, you can go to, let's see, make sure I don't give you the wrong information.
I'll follow you there as well.
And so I think I had everyone in chat also put their tags too. Sort of
Let's see.
TikTok in the chats if anybody wanted to grab them.
Just throw mine in there.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any other business owners? Is that Purple Rain? Is that Purple Rain?
Yes, I'm here,
Oh,
Nikki.
goodness.
I'm here.
Oh my goodness, it's so nice to actually hear you guys, man. I don't know who I'd be talking to. I love you guys so much.
We love you
Well,
too.
right now you talking to one of your moderators, lady. Hey.
Oh my goodness. Is this you elusive?
Mhm.
There you go.
How you
Oh,
feeling? How you feeling?
thank you so much. Oh, I'm here now, so I can send you your thing while everybody's doing everything else. Yes, thank you so much. Oh, I love you guys so much.
Yeah, it was great to be here, and I appreciate the message and the class today.
Thank you, my
No.
darling. Thank you, my
Nikki's
darling.
awesome, isn't she? She really is.
Mhm.
She
Oh
really
yeah,
is.
she the cream of the crop, girl.
I tell you.
Y'all. I love y'all. I'm so grateful for you guys. I really am.
Grateful for you.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Do we have any more entrepreneurs? Anybody who has services? Anything?
I'm an aspiring entrepreneur. I don't have the startup funds as of yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay, girl. We'll talk about it. Tell us about it.
So I'm trying to establish a business focusing on supporting people with sensory challenges.
Mhm.
And so I was working on hand crocheting different sensory items, adding, of course, the little ruffles and things like that, so that
Reality
people will
question.
have different things to use to focus on different things when they're in a situation that they may be overstimulated in or just need some type of sensory relief.
Mm.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I was gonna make like a whole coloring book off of it. I was gonna make a ebook at some point on the different challenges and how to recognize what those challenges look like and stuff like that.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that
that
sounds
people will
amazing.
be able to better point out when people are having like sensory challenges or things like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. I love that. That is awesome. Keep us posted. We wholeheartedly support you, and we think that that's a great idea. I know I do.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, yes. That's awesome. I think that would be amazing.
I'm located in Illinois, just to answer the question in the
Mm.
chat. Yeah.
I'm looking for your direct message. I have so many messages. I'm looking because I know you sent me your email.
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking for
filled
you.
out the form one time too.
Oh, okay, good. Let me go to that. I told you to do that too, huh? Okay. Okay. Anybody else have a business or anything that they would like to tell everyone about or share? Any questions?
Hey, Nikki, this is Purple Rain. Um, I haven't signed up to the vision board. I want to sign up, but I notice it's at 12:30 noon. Will you be, I mean,
Yes.
12:30, will you be doing another one or
So I created that one based off of what somebody requested. They actually requested that in the live, so I did it. Let me see. I can do a private one with you if you desire. I mean, I can keep the price the same. You can sign up and I can do a private one for you with you and for you if you want to do it. That's no
or
problem. You one of my regulars, baby. I got you. People that come and want to do the work, baby, I try to help y'all out. So
I mean, I
just
don't
let me
want you
know.
to have to do. I mean, I appreciate you want to do the one-on-one. Is there like another way? Like, will you be recording it, or how does that work?
I
Because I
guess
know.
I could record it. I guess I could. I
I mean, but
wasn't.
it's up to you because I know it. I mean, I don't know how to record in words, like because I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, let me stop this recording on here now.